Divine Masculine, welcome back to Tarot Fessions. We're going to be getting your heart's desires, okay? What your truth is. All right, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. What you really want to say. It's a Divine Feminine, how you really feel. Okay? What you aren't allowing yourself to say. So this is going to resonate deeply for those of you Divine Masculines that are tied to a relationship where you don't want to be in that relationship. You feel pressure to stay in this relationship. You are kind of going through like midlife crisis even, or you feel like, you know what, you're just succumbing to a punishment. Like, this is the time I got to serve for however long I got to serve it. Because you chose it. It's pretty much saying that you chose this person, you married this person, you got in a relationship with this person, and so you're like, fuck it. You know, it is what it is. But truthfully, I feel like you get a lot of attention. You're very attractive. You're very alluring as a Divine Masculine. Like, a lot of people be wanting you. And I feel like some of you guys, what you do for work restricts you from being able to indulge the way you would probably like to indulge with all these different people that are like throwing themselves at you. It's not the one that you want. Okay, so I feel like you're at work, but you're remaining loyal. Okay, you may be a life coach. You could give advice, dating advice, relationship advice. This is also saying you have a lot of knowledge. You may write books, but you teach people. Pretty much, like, you gotta be a person of your word, right? If you're someone that teaches people that once you're with someone, you stay with them, you gotta stay in that relationship, right? Because that's what you believe in. And you would look like a hypocrite if you gave up on that connection after telling so many people, like, this is what's required of you, this is the duty, the obligation. So regardless of what you think is fair or whatever you feel for someone, I feel like your mind is what keeps you stuck and tied and bound to this relationship. So you don't even wish that you could have better, because this is the life that you have. All right, you could be born November, May. All right, I have November 5th, May 11th. Okay, we have July 11th, July 5th. It could be 54, 45. We also have Libra, Leo. I really feel like you're trying to be obedient to your own word and what you claim. Okay. But if we want to be true, if we were having a sit down and we was being honest about how you really feel, that's what we about to get in. How does Divine Masculines really feel? What's in Divine Masculine's heart? What aren't they telling people? We have Author. Some of you guys, this may be just a job. Like, maybe you want to have your own, you want to write your own book, or you want to do some type of career. It feels like you want to start your own business, write your own book, or do something that just, you feel this call to do something that defies gravity. You have a book inside you that wishes to be expressed. Make it time to write it. Yeah, it feels like you work a teacher. You are proud. You're very proud of how you've learned, where you are, the shine that you get right now, the industry that you're in, the market that you're in, and you can really teach other people how to do what it is that you do. But truthfully, I feel like you want to be a self-made millionaire. But you also have to maintain providing a lifestyle for people that are dependent on you. I do feel like you want this person's forgiveness, Divine Masculine. Like, genuinely, if you did anything wrong to them in the past, like maybe you cheated on them and then you married them, and then y'all relationship has been rocky, but y'all sometimes y'all do want to be together, and sometimes y'all don't. I feel like with forgiveness energy, this is like if you could do anything this lifetime that you didn't do in the past life, you would stick it out to earn this person's forgiveness so they can see you in a different light. It's like you feel like this person is punishing you, but also teaching you, teaching you a hard lesson. So I feel like you're trying to rapidly learn at a fast pace how to change and rewire your perspective, whatever limited belief systems that you have that's restricting you from having the connection or the relationship that you want to have with someone. I feel like you want to like relearn some new things. So I feel like you are going to be pulling up stuff like messages, listening to podcasts and different things like that, because you're trying to change, rewrite a new narrative from the one that you were born into or conditioned to believe. Because the one that you grew up in, it didn't secure your relationship. It didn't secure something for you. It didn't work the first time around. So I do feel like you're taking accountability. Feels like you grew up in a household that believed that two extremes. Or some of y'all, you grew up in the extreme of, oh, you're not supposed to be with nobody but this one person. And I'm not saying that you aren't, but it's like, even if you choose the wrong person, you stick it out to the detriment of yourself. That's a limited belief system. Others of you are on the other side of the extreme, where you're on the side of the extreme that says, I'm the person that's in the relationship, so I don't allow my person that I'm in a relationship with to have any friends or talk to anyone. So I restrict them so much to the point where they don't want to be with me. So I'm seeing two extremes here, divine masculine. So you're having to relearn your style of loving or how you were taught to love. Abundance. Third chakra. You're learning how to let go. All right. If you really want to protect someone, you let them live. If you really want to love someone, you control them less. But knowing that you're in control of yourself makes the person feel more confident with you. So you have all the money in the world. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I feel like you have a lot of trust issues when it comes to money, and you feel like people act different when money's involved, especially if you're about to come into a windfall of money, if you haven't already. That's why you don't tell people of your plans. You feel like there's a lot of feminine energy that be out there just for people's money and to like take from them. But then at the same time, your whole desire of going out there and getting money and being stable with yourself is because you want to get bitches. So you're going to have to decide if what drives you to go and get that independence, and so you can be able to afford the lifestyle you want and have the type of relationship that you want to have, then you already go into the situation going into the situation despising the very reason as to why you make all the money that you make or why you go after the stability that you go after. But then if a person tries to love you for free, then you feel like they up to something too. So I think you got some work you got to do. Take your own advice. I feel like you need to get a dose of your own medicine. Yeah, and I feel like you have the right soulmate in your life that's going to show that to you. What's up with this deception energy? If you're trying to chastise the person that you're in a relationship with by dangling the fact that you love someone else outside of your relationship, that's also a toxicity trait. As a way to make that person feel emotionally vexed that you could be lying or hiding something to get like their attention. Or that's also a egotistical manipulation tactic that you were taught. You have a fear of losing people, so you lose them. When you stop fearing that you're going to lose what you have, you'll stop trying so hard to control the situation, and it will work smoothly. All right, so we have fertility, parenthood, pregnancy in reverse. What? So some of y'all gonna find out that someone lied about a child or a paternity as a way to get you and to hurt someone that you love. And now maybe it worked or maybe it didn't work, but you're gonna find out some details soon that makes you feel like you should have took some advice when you heard about it. You should have took someone's advice. So you got a couple of you're gonna find out the truth around someone's intentions. Either this is like a text message, some receipt. You're gonna find the truth about them pretty much wanting to use you, and it's gonna make you wanna. It makes you wanna reject this person because whatever pedestal you put them on, it lost you the one that you wanted. You didn't want to gamble or take a risk for the one that you wanted, and so you chose the wrong person. And there's like a series of multiple instances where you see this person like lying to you, trying to abandon you, trying to pull a you on you, even trying to trap you. And even if they did trap you, it may not be your child, or you may find out some information that they got a child from you by like, you know, you could pop a balloon, you could do a lot of different shit. So I see you strictly clocking in, going to work, living a very honest life. Not really focusing on being on social media, just strictly engulfing yourself in your relationship and clocking in for work, trying to be a really stand-up person. But I feel like it makes you hate being at work every day, because it's like, one day I hope I don't have to do this no more. But you're trying to be responsible and you're trying to save up for your future. But you daydream a lot about running from this entire situation, the responsibility, the headache. You don't feel free. And I feel like you reminisce a lot on a relationship that was bittersweet. And because you weren't able to get over something, you feel really torn up about it. Is that Mimi phone? Mimi! Yeah. I think your alarm is going off. Oh. Oh, I thought that was your alarm. Okay, then. You keep taking my clothes. No, you took it out the dryer. I know you did. Thank you. Okay, what was I saying? Peace, open heart and reverse, and loyalty. Reminiscent, dwelling, bittersweet. Yeah, it's something about emotional. Someone maybe if you were more open about your feelings, you guys could have left outside of the friendship zone. Something about never saying how you felt. Not being reliable to this person when they were being reliable to you. Not keeping your word. Pushing someone away. I feel like you're reminiscing on it. And you longing after this person too. So that's what I have for you. You about to have some type of lies about things that went down and how things happened. You're about to see that somebody was lying to you and playing to both sides of the fence as a way to hurt someone that you desire. Like, this has always been more about the person that you're in love with than actually loving you. And that's a different type of burn. Okay. I heard John Tucker must die. All right, let me go over to Divine Feminine. Love you. Bye.